To find the equation of the line between the points -2, 8 and 5, -6, again, it's good to just sketch a diagram of this. Just get an idea where these coordinates are. So at -2, 8 maybe up here, and 5, -6 maybe somewhere around here. And again, we want to calculate the slope first. So slope between those two coordinates. So -6 minus 8 over 5 minus -2. We end up with -14 over +7. So that simplifies to a slope of 2. Plugging into our equation then, y equals -2x plus b, we take our coordinate. One of these coordinates, I'm going to in this case use 5 and -6. We're going to plug it into those x and y's. So -6 equals -2 times 5 plus b. So we end up with -10 plus b equals -6. Solving for b, we get b equals +4. So the equation of our line then becomes y equals -2x plus 4. Okay, so the procedure we're going to use is we find our slope. Using our slope, we're going to plug that into our y equals mx plus b. Leaving b as an unknown, we can plug x and y into our equation and solve for b. So this one here, we have an x-intercept at -6, and we have a point at, it looks like 1323, so maybe somewhere way up there. Okay, so again, we're going to calculate our slope. So we have -23 minus 0. Okay, so that's going to be +23 minus 0, and then 13 minus -9, and we end up with a slope of 23. So this is a bit of an awkward slope, 23 over 22. So we're probably going to get some messy numbers here. We're still going to do the same thing. We're going to plug in our slope into our mx plus b. We're going to substitute in one of our coordinates. In this case, I'm going to substitute in -9 and 0 in for x and y. This is going to give us an awkward fraction, but we can still solve this. We just have to be a little bit more careful with our work. So it's -9 times 23 is -207 over 22 plus b. Since it's 0 on the other side, I can just move that across. So I can add 207 over 22 to both sides, and there I've solved for b. So although this number isn't the nicest number, as long as we do it, keep track of our work, we're going to end up with the correct point. So that's about, it looks like somewhere around maybe 9 or so. Okay, so it's going to be up here somewhere. Here we have a variable. So how do we graph this? So we have a point at the origin, and it's going up by 3a and 8a. Well, we don't know how big a is, but we know that proportionally 3a here and 8a up here. Okay, we have 8a. We know that really this is just, the slope is still going to be the same. We're going to have our slope. The rise is 8a, the run is 3a, and proportionally those a's are going to cancel out anyways, and we end up with a slope of 8 over 3. So once we have our slope, well, we know the y, and we can see the y-intercepts at 0, so really once we've solved the slope, even with the a's in it, the a's do simplify out because it's just going up in proportion. 3 along the x, 8 along the y. Knowing the y-intercept, we don't even have to substitute in to solve the y-intercept. We can just plug in 0 as our y-intercept.